morning, listeners, and welcome back to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions Radio Show with Ronald Couming from RCS Online Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs, much like you, attract, convert, and retain their ideal customers and clients using various Internet marketing techniques and methods. What we do on this show basically is I have two different formats, and it's all about helping you achieve even greater success. One of my formats is I will bring on subject matter experts and people from all around the globe that have already been entrepreneurs and have had success. And in listening to them, their trials and tribulations, it's hoped that you will learn, one, that you're not alone when you come across those, but that also by listening to how they overcame them, then you can either avoid them or get through them with as little damage as possible. And then the other thing I do is I'll give out tips and methods that you can use totally free to achieve even greater success, get more rankings and all that. I mean, at the end of the day, you can have the best product, the best service, but if people don't know who you are, you don't have anything, right? So awareness equals opportunity. So I'm super happy to tell you today that we have Eric Zuley with us today, and he is a successful American entrepreneur, award-winning marketing and media strategist, TV host and personality, keynote speaker, and philanthropist. He is the CEO of EZWay Broadcasting, a marketing and media firm that specializes in delivering world-class content via multiple digital formats. All will be listed in the description. Eric is known as the influence whisperer and multimedia mogul. He has built a social media empire and household brand online. According to Actor Reporter, Eric is ranked as one of the top 10 professionals for social influence worldwide and was named Digital Trailblazer by Hollywood Weekly Magazine. His cover on Hollywood Weekly Magazine was the highest-selling cover of all time. He's also been seen on the cover of influential People magazine, as well as Fox, ABC, 7, E, and Extra. In 2014, he was recognized by Congress with the Robert Novak Award as an influential digital journalist. In 2018, he received a Freedom Award for Dedication Ending Human Trafficking. And in 2019, he was given the Ambassador for Peace Award from the Universal Peace Federation. This year, Eric will be hosting the 2019 Family Feel Awards, as well as launching his newest venture, the EZWay Care Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to empowering influencers to influence their following to give back. Good morning, Eric. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm so happy to be on the show, man. I appreciate getting my ability to get my message out there more. Ronald, thank you for having me on.
I appreciate that. And we are in the Boston area. You're out on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, West Coast, PST time. You know, I guess in the movies, you make a west side with your hand. West side, you're east side, right?
Yeah. So west side and east side meet again. We're going all the way back to the Tupac and Biggie days. But good stuff. And it just goes to show you that in today's world where everybody is just so connected, I mean, you can really reach out and build quality relationships, friendships, and grow together as a team. And it's just so much easier today than it was years ago.
Oh yeah, and now today, I mean, anybody can make their dreams come true. Anybody can do anything with the platforms that are given to them, for free. You start a podcast, start a channel, start a live stream, and get your message out there and make a difference.
Exactly, I love it. It was amazing the awards you won, especially the one helping with human trafficking and these other things. So, I read your bio. I read part of it, but the entire bio will be in the description. But can you tell people a little? I mean, I've known you for a while now, and I know more about you than just those words. So, I'm super happy you're on the show. But could you tell our listeners a little bit more about who you are and what you do and how you do it?
Sure. And first and foremost, I want to commend you, because I've been on radio and television for a long time, and I love how in the beginning you actually really break it down and make it simple for the listener on what they have to expect and listening to your episodes. But yeah, a little bit about me. I'm just an entrepreneur. I call myself an entrepreneur or a socialpreneur, trying to make a difference. And largely due to my dad and my girlfriend and my EZWay family, which is the community that we've grown. I'm trying to do the best I can to empower those that want to make a difference online, social media, through television. When I was a kid growing up, I played a lot of sports and I played a lot of video games. And the video games were like Zelda and strategy games like StarCraft and Warcraft, and I just kept exercising my mind. At age 4 or 5 and 6, and then I also got into entertainment. There was a camp that I was in, and they were doing a talent show, and I must have been 5 or 6, maybe 7, and I studied Michael Jackson. The Thriller dance and the Billie Jean and Smooth Criminal, and I kind of was pretty good at that. And I that was the day I actually got bit by the bug, when the whole crowd applauded me, and I was a little kid, and then I got into sales, and I was top sales at CompUSA and then MBA America. I started training sales teams, and I just noticed that I was a people person. I had kickbacks at my house, and people enjoyed my company. And then one day I had the opportunity to perform, and I was discovered by a publicist. And I think I was discovered because I had the opportunity to seize my what I want to do is be on stage and be able to help people, as well as have a successful company to be able to do the same. And the publicist discovered me because I showed up in a limousine with 15 attractive women wearing my brand. I had a suit on, and my performance was great. So said the publicist. And I actually had a studio I built in Orange County, and a music studio. So I built a business off of working hard, and my dad invested in me, so I had the support of my family. And I ended up meeting a music producer, which was also a TV producer, actually, through building that studio business. And it just so happened that publicist that saw me on stage invited me to come to Hollywood. And when I got there, she was wanting to introduce me to a producer. Well, it just so happened that the same producer that was in my music studio actually was there. And so that publicist and that producer knew each other, and they were shooting a show at the time. And there was a gentleman holding a microphone with camera on him, and with cameras and lights and stuff. And that was the day. Well, the first day was obviously me dancing and performing at camp when I was a kid. And then at this time, I must have been probably 18, 19, 20, 21, around there. And I saw the microphone thing in interviews. And so I kind of got bit by that bug, too. So I walked over to the producer, and I said, hey, what do I have to do that? And he looks at me and says, well, you need to be a people person. And he said, show me how much of a people person you are. And so I walked around the whole venue, and I got everybody's cards, and I did me. And I walked back over to him, and he was Mr. Important, TV producer. He couldn't get a hold of him. Everybody was around him, and I put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of like lightly applied pressure, letting him know I was there. And I said, hey, so he turned around, and I said, is this people person enough for you? Pulled out the cards out of my pocket and went, and handed him the cards. And that was the beginning. That was. I mean, there's so much more of the story, but that's the short version.
Wow, but that's,
and it's also in my book too. The whole thing.
Yeah, but it's kind of amazing, man. What how you started in different genres, and you just kind of like naturally gravitated from one to the next. It was just like a progression, but it just like you just took to it naturally.
Yeah, and then from there, then I got into social media and producing events and promotions and dabbling with a lot of the interviews, and then it built into producing my own events, and then really getting into social media and the after effect of events, and at the time I created a channel called What You Need TV, because I'm this guy running around doing interviews on this TV show. And so I wanted to just kind of keep records of my own stuff. Well, fast forward today, it's almost 14 million views and like 8,000 something subscribers. And we have that channel, What You Need TV, with the letter U, on YouTube, which is now merged into Celebritunity with a producer who's done, stuff with American Idol and produced Judge Judy and Judge Joe Brown and Miami Vice and a bunch of other stuff. He's involved with our television network now. And we also created EZWay TV and Eric Zuley, which has like 3 million something views on YouTube. And EZWay TV is new on YouTube, and it's also on Roku and Apple and Amazon. And we just started just doing all this great stuff. But going to events is really how we built our list and made a name for ourselves. And we started producing our own red carpets and our own stuff, and just a different style, though. I always tell people, hey, you want to walk on the traditional red carpets and everything, great. You want to walk on the carpets the easy way. We kind of have our own little world next to the general world, and we've been building our community for quite some time now, and I just really love my EZWay family, my influencers, my legends, and my supporters. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Wow, thank you, and that's great how you give give back to the team, and. But now you have so many different formats to get people's words out, to get your message out. So I assume you work with other people too, and you help business owners and entrepreneurs step up their game as well, right?
Well, yeah, it's all about collaboration. I don't have a competition mindset, and I don't have a competition bone in my body. Unless you give me a reason to have that mindset. And I work with Voice America, I work with Women on TV, I work with Fan TV, I work with Influential People Magazine, I work with Hollywood Weekly Magazine, and so many others. And when I was first starting and I was interviewing on the carpet, I wasn't just interviewing on the carpet. I was also collecting business cards from the media. And I was always intrigued about the media, and I got into being a media relations consultant for helping events to have a better turnout, more audience acceleration, as well as better press and red carpets and stuff. And I was the one that I think kind of brought the red carpets into the business and speaking world the right, proper way, as well as I was one of the original selfie guys, holding my cell phone and doing interviews with people. And I was one of the first people to say the word influence. Everybody said. Nobody 15 years ago said influence or influencer, and that was, I wouldn't say influencer. The word influencer didn't exist, and I started saying, because I didn't want to call people celebrities, because to me, everybody's a celebrity. Nobody's more important than someone else. It's just someone that got a better opportunity than somebody else, a different opportunity. So I call them influencers. Anybody that had the ability to make a difference, anybody that had the ability to put a message out there for somebody else was an influencer, in my opinion. And so, we've collaborated with CEO Space and in fact, Let's Hip International, about to really start working with them. They're a really big business-to-business organization. American Chinese CEO Society, we've worked with them for a long time, still work with them. And so many others, so many influencers, and we're just really making a major, massive headway, and it's just a blessing to be around these amazing individuals. The co-founder of E-Entertainment Television, Larry Namer, was one of the people that helped me. John Mata, the vice president of Warner Brothers, he was one that kind of endorsed and supported me on the carpet, and so many others. Big Boy from Power 106, and I don't know if you guys know him out there, but out here he was really big, and he is big. And so many others that A.C. Lyles from Paramount Pictures, he was a big supporter of mine before he passed. I was on so many boards, and now the creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Kate Linder and Sharon Lecter and all these amazing people, John Sheen with Think and Grow Rich, the Legacy World Tour. All these people are supporting our movement, really, because it's not my movement, it's God's movement. That's the best thing I can say. We're a family-oriented business. We're trying to do good things for God, make God smile, and that's our objectives and our goals every day.
Excellent. And you are partnering, and you have for a long time, but you are certainly powering with some powerhouses. I mean, those people you just mentioned are also friends of mine, Sharon Lecter, Frank Shankowitz, and several others. So that's just amazing. And they've also been guests on the show at least once or twice, too. So great people.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. You're amazing.
Yep.
You're Ronald.
Yeah, well, I don't mean that. I just mean that I know that these are just amazing people, and I think there's. I think it was in Think and Grow Rich, but there's a saying that if you're the 5 top people that you surround yourself with, and that doesn't necessarily mean your family or people that you live in the same house with, but people you choose to spend your time with, right? Especially business-wise. If you take the 5 of them, the average income is pretty much where you're going to be yourself. So putting yourself around those type of people just elevates you mentally, emotionally, and everything else. So that's excellent. And they're all coming out to a big event you got coming up on the 30th, correct? Eric, you still there? I think we lost Eric. He'll be calling back in a second. I heard there was a dog in the background. But yeah, so Eric has the EZWay. He has a whole bunch of different formats out there. It's he's calling in right now. Whole different formats out there. So we'll wait for him to come back on. You there, Eric?
Yeah, sorry about that. I tried to press the mute button and accidentally pressed the phone off button.
Yeah.
I'm still at my house, not the office yet, and even the animals love me.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought maybe the dog bit the phone cord. But I was just talking about surrounding yourself with the people who are playing at or above the level that you want to play at, especially in the fields that you want to be in. It's a difference between taking advice and seeking counsel. You wouldn't ask your broke brother for financial advice, you know what I mean? So you always want to seek counsel, never advice or opinions, you know what I mean? So I love it. And now also you have a big event coming up on the 30th, am I correct?
Correct, yeah. We're doing the EZWay Awards Wall of Fame Golden Gala. And we've had the Wall of Fame, the EZWay Wall of Fame, for about a year now. You'll see amazing people like Christopher Lloyd on there and Frank Shankwitz and just so many other influencers that you probably know and recognize. And so we decided to take it a step further, and we're going to do an annual, every year, awards show honoring those individuals, not just celebrities and influencers, but also EZWay family, that have helped us get to where we've gotten and helped us grow. Because really, everything is based upon support, and you can't forget about that. You have to recognize and try to say thank you in many ways, not forget where you came from and how you've been able to grow. And every time someone presses a share button on social media, or every time someone spreads the word about you, or subscribe to your stuff, or just does something to support, we try to remember that as much as we can. And so we wanted to walk about what we're talking about, not just talk about it. And so we created the EZWayAwards.com, letter E, letter Z. We have about 30-something billboards up right now, compliments of World Prosperity Network in conjunction with EZWay Promotions. And we have our legends, Eric Swanson, Sharon Lecter, Frank Shankwitz, Kate Linder from Young and the Restless, Brian Smith, the founder of UGG Boots, John Shim with Think and Grow Rich, the Legacy World Tour, and my dad, and a lot of these, and my girlfriend, Dr. Dante Sears, and a lot of these legends are intricate pieces of the puzzle that has grown and now been framed into a beautiful picture and put up on a wall. And so we just wanted to say thank you and recognize those individuals that have helped us, as well as our EZWay family and our influencers that have helped us as well. And we're growing something pretty amazing that people are starting to follow and really get involved. Like Hollywood Weekly Magazine has 200,000 copies, and they have about 64 countries that they hit in 800 or so cities. And they're supporting us, and same thing with Voice America. We feed into their situation. We have a channel on their situation. We helped start one of their bigger channels, Influencers Channel, on radio, their big platform, and Women on TV. Shay Vaughn's a very close friend of mine, Vince Vaughn's mother. She's also a legend, and she's the founder of Women on TV. And everybody's going to be there, as well as Getty Images and PR Photos, and so many others are going to be covering the gold carpet, about a 30-foot gold carpet ran by Kelly Bennett and Bennett Unlimited PR. And I'll tell you, Ronald, I want to say thank you to my team, because normally when you start getting 20 days out to an event, the producer, namely myself, gets very, very stressed because you're getting down to the wire. And this is after doing this for about 15 years, probably one of the first events. I mean, we recently just did an event with Soul Train on the stage, and probably 450 people, and a 25 to 30-foot gold carpet. It was streamed live, and it was a big event. It was incredible. And then we've done events with Red Cross, and I was the creator of Hollywood Unites. I mean, I can go on and on how many events we've done, but each and every event, I've been stressed pretty severely. And this is the one event that I can safely say, because of Sophia and Angelique and Dante and all the people, my dad and David and all the people, Denise and Patty and these people, the Karen and Gerald. I mean, I'm trying to name everybody, that are actually, Sophia Alvarez especially, that are making it to where I'm not stressed, because it's your team that's the results that you create. It's not you. And I just want to say thank you to them.
I love it. And so you're right. If you have a strong team, but a strong team, right, is basically, I think that's kudos to the leadership, because the leadership isn't creating like robots. It's creating leaders. So it's whatever you're putting out there that's allowing them to grow and fester and not be micromanaged and handle what they need to handle to come back. So let me ask you this question, though. Before I go off that subject, there's some other guy from the East Coast going to be at that event too, right?
Yeah, of course, man. We got Mr. Ronald Couming.
Just saying.
Correctly. Can you believe it?
Yeah, actually, most people don't, but that's cool. You got that. And
but the day I met you, I actually said it correctly. So that was an omen. That meant something. But yeah, you're nominated for the Online Superhero Award, and you definitely are an online superhero, and you definitely deserve it. And we're rooting for you, brother.
Thanks. I'm wondering what color cape I'm going to wear, all right? Should I get the
Gold.
OS on the back, right? Even though I'm in
Really?
OC, the event's going to be in Orange County, right? So I think so I think I'm going to get a big shirt, and it's going to say OS on it, and people are going to think, hey, did he misspell that? It's OC, not OS, and as I'm walking around with the cape on.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the color needs to be gold. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's a gold-themed event. That would be interesting. How cool would it be for you to wear a suit and then your gold piece, because everybody's wearing some sort of gold, is a gold cape. that would be good for the press.
Unfortunately, though, I just said it out loud, so somebody else might try to do it too. But anyhow, it's all in fun, man. But it's all for a great cause. We're supporting a foundation. In part of the donations are going to a foundation for kids, right, with fighting cancer.
Oh yeah. So out here in Orange County, the Children's Hospital of Orange County, the Chalk Children's Foundation, is a incredible foundation, and they help terminally ill children, mainly kids with cancer and so many other illnesses. And that's one of the main things we want to help, is illness, as well as veterans and youth. Those are the three things we want to mainly go after, because there's been a lot of things. And my dad had lymphoma cancer, almost died twice. He's actually in the VA right now as we speak, getting tested again. And God has his back. My dad's actually being honored as the Faith Conquers All Award. He's an EZWay, it's the James Zuley Faith Conquers All EZWay Legend Award. And it's just a good feeling. Not only for us, but to get all of our community involved. You'd be amazed. Your listeners would be amazed if they were to follow us, Eric Zuley or EZWay Network or EZWay Broadcasting, EZWay Promotions, and they were to see how much support we get on social media and our community when they get behind something. And I mean, it's just incredible, and we're just so appreciative of the EZWay family community and that we are able to raise money. We are actually trying to raise money digitally right now, so if you go to EZWayAwards.com, there's a link at the top where the bio is saying donate. And if you guys could donate to that cause, that would be incredible, and we really appreciate it. We're trying to help these terminally ill children as much as we can.
Nice. That's a good thing you guys are doing. All right, we have about 12 to 14 minutes left. I'd like you first. I know you just gave out your information, but I want to let the listeners know that this show, as in all shows, is archived. It will both be on the radio station, WCAP980.com, but it will also be on my website, rcsonlinesolutions.com. So you can go there and just find it there and watch it again. It'll also be up on YouTube YouTube under Ronald Couming. So, and also shared on social media. So you heard a lot of good gems. But right now, I kind of want to get some tips and methods that how entrepreneurs and business owners could use some of like the media strategies and stuff that you have to advance themselves to maybe find the perfect joint venture. So first, please give us your contact information again, and then also maybe you could give us 1 to 3 tips for, let's say, 3 different levels of people, and it's possible one tip could cover all. The first level is somebody just literally starting out or hasn't pulled the trigger yet. The second level is somebody who's been in business 18 to 24 months. They're just starting to turn a profit, and you know, things are starting to go good. And then we have somebody who's maybe 3 to 5 years, and they're doing good, but they also know what got them here isn't going to get them to the next level. So could you give us 1 to 3 tips for each level?
I'm going to try. That's a lot to remember, but I'll do the best I can to definitely help any of your listeners. So why don't you ask me one at a time, and I'll answer them just so I can make sure I answer properly.
Okay, so just somebody who's just starting out, could you give us 1 to 3 tips on how they could possibly use the media or radio interviews or digital or anything to increase their probability of success?
Well, another one of our legends, James Dentley, I was just on his radio show, and actually me and him are partnering up, and we're building out his JD3 TV network. And he asked me a similar question. And the first thing that I said, which is always going to be my answer, is content, content, content. The stronger you have JVs, your collaboration, the better the content, the more results you're going to get. And then I would also say, uniqueness. You need to be unique and different from everybody else, and really creating your blueprint of your objectives and knowing the direction and your focus would be the first things I would say. Really important. The second thing would be your platform that you're creating. Ultimately, you want to create a blog that is actually engaging to social media. It's connected to social media. The social media is how you get your numbers. Your blog is how you get your direct traffic and your stats, so how you make your money. And so create a good website or a blog that people can actually visit and follow, and then share that blog to the social media, not the other way around, because otherwise you're giving your money away. And then, video is everything. Everything's video marketing. People are visual. So create a YouTube channel. Or we have EZWay Tube, if you want to take a look at Easy, letter E, letter Z, W-A-Y, tube.com. And create some sort of platform that people can follow, that you can put video on. And then, find a mentor. Find somebody that you can stick around and you can befriend, and that will help kind of guide you the direction that you're headed. If it's media, then I might be a good person. If it's SEO, then Ronald would be a good person, obviously. If it's acting, then you want to tap into somebody through LinkedIn or Facebook. But nowadays you can do anything as long as you put the effort and the time, and it's all about the relationships that you attach to when you're first starting out. So that would be my answer for the first question.
All right, and that's excellent. And also, just out of coincidence, when you talked about your content and your unique selling proposition, your USP, in the second section today, this section's going to go about 40 minutes. Then we'll have a couple of breaks, and then we're going to, I have one section left. And in that section, I'm going to talk about the unique selling proposition. I'm going to explain what it is and how you develop it and why it's important. So it's funny that you mentioned that. So, but also now in the second group, let's say people have been in business 18 to 24 months. They're actually starting to turn a profit, but now they want to scale a little bit. How can they possibly use different forms of media, whether it's social media or radio or blogs or podcasts or whatever it is, to get their message out and scale?
Well, the second part is still relationships. It's all about, collaborating and being with the right relationships. But at this point, you actually should be collaborating and figuring out that win-win. as far as how you can build yourself, but you can also make it a win for them. That's really important. If people feel used, then you're not going to really get results. You're not going to really get interaction as much. But if they feel like you want to collaborate and you want to help each other, then you want to just keep that win-win mindset. Also, start building relationships with companies, with people that have money, that have budgets. Surround yourself with people that have six-figure income or more. And create, again, a subscribership. Create a way that people can actually keep following what you have going. Create a community, create a niche, create a trend, that people want to follow, that's unique, and start building your subscribers, start building your numbers. Because the more you build your numbers, the more you build your social proof, your content, showing that you're making some moves, you're making some things happen. But as you're doing that, make sure that you're making those moves for the right reasons. And I think people will gravitate to that. They'll relate to the difference you're trying to make, and they'll try to help you with it.
I love that. And I love the fact that you focused on twice building relationships. For me, it's all about ROR, not about ROI. I focus on a return on relationships. Build strong relationships, add value first, and over time, you'll earn people's respect, their business, their referrals, whatever the case may be. But it just takes time. But so if you're going in there for the kill and you go to an event and you're looking to have a contract signed from right then and there, it's just not going to happen. People will sense that, and they'll just think you're like a shark or a vulture, or that you're so needy that you really can't be that successful. So for me, I love the fact that you focused on that. Return on relationships. Build strong partnerships, relationships, JVs, but add value first.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Serve first, add value first. Find out the win. Like I said, it's all about the win-win. Like my motto is, if it's a win-win, I'm in. If it's not a win-win, I'm not. I don't have the time. I don't need to waste my time. But if I feel that you are trying to help me and you have value to bring to me that you can either meet or beat what I'm doing, I'm going to take the time to listen. Also just be yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. Just be yourself, and people can see right through fakeness.
Yep, especially successful people. All right, so now here's the third level. People been in business about 5 years. Maybe they're making low seven figures, low six, mid six figures, maybe even low seven figures. But now they want to scale. And again, it could be the same thing. Focus on relationships, buy systems, bring in more people, whatever it is. But just in your opinion, what would it be? Somebody who's been in business 5 years, they're successful, but they know what got them here isn't going to get them to the next level and scale.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. I don't know if I understood exactly. I want to make sure I'm answering right.
The person's been in business about 5 years. They're making six figures, maybe even low seven figures, but they understand that what got them to this point won't get them to the next point. What are some things that they could do to scale?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, that's all PR. When you're at the point where you're making some income, you're doing you're doing pretty well business-wise. It's all getting out there. It's all awareness at that point. And so I would suggest find a JV PR relationship that can keep you relevant and keep you out there. Start building your relationships with media type people, and figure out how it's a win-win with those types of people to keep you out there, to keep you relevant. Like one of the things that we did is we built an empire, and don't look at anything as competition. If you have a competition mindset, then you're lacking growth where all those relationships could have been. I have 75,000 something marketing related type people that follow me on Twitter, and I never look at anybody like competition. When I met Voice America, when I met Women on TV, when I met Hollywood Weekly Magazine, I own a magazine. I own a television network. I mean, we have 50 million something connections monthly through our relationship with Dash TV and so many others. I could have looked at them like, this is competition. I don't want to deal with this. Or I could have done what I did and said, hey, let's create channels together. Let's work together. Let's make a difference together, which expands my distribution, expands my branding, expands my awareness. And so that collaboration mindset is really where you want to make sure that your head is when you get to that point. At the same time, create ways to make unique buzz about yourself or your brand. Mainly, keep it about your brand. Don't keep it about yourself, and make sure your brand is attached to a cause. Because at that point, if you want to get out there and you want to have stronger PR, you want to be attached to a cause. And like I said, be real. It goes back to being real. If people feel that you're trying to make a difference, they're going to support your cause. And be relatable. That's another thing. Be very relatable to your audience. The more engaging you are, and more relatable you are, the more support I think you're going to get back. But it's all about getting yourself out there. So it's form a relationship with the PR at that point.
I love it, and I love the fact you talked about giving back to a cause too, and you talked about being real and I think it was relatable. My friend Cammie talks about, she says, be real, raw, and relatable. So,
hey, we got something in common. I love it.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike, right?
Yep, and she does this whole thing on cause marketing too. So I'm gonna put you guys together, see if there's something you guys can work on. But yeah, so excellent. I loved it all. We're down to literally like 2 to 3 minutes. Can you just give us your contact information again, and then just let us know whatever you want us to know. And also, if you had I think you said you may have had a book or a gift or something for people.
Yeah, so if you text the word promote, where it says in the message, like if you're texting, you put promote, and then the phone number is 55678. That's how you get more information on us. And then we're giving away, I have a book coming out called The Influence Effect. And some of the influencers I mentioned, as well as many others, are in there. The story of how I met them, the story of how I built a relationship with them, the story of how I became business partners with them is in there. Their stories, their golden nuggets, 5 steps to success, in their opinion, from 30 to 35 different people. That's published by NLCP, New Life Clarity Publishing. So we're going to be giving away 3 of those books. 2 of those books today. If you text promote to the number 55678. As far as me, if you Google me, ERICZULEY, everything comes up. I suggest you follow me on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. I'm definitely a relatable, fun guy. And if you need any help with advancing your brand in any capacity, our motto is we go beyond branding. So basically, marketing and branding is our forte. We do the websites, we do videos, we build the video marketing. My partners and people that I work with are people like Speaking Empire, with 89,000-something people that they've trained, and James Dentley, who's very well responsible and was a coach for Les Brown for like 20 years, and just amazing individuals in business, nonprofit, as well as Hollywood entertainment. I've been an actor. You can look me up on IMDb. I've done many films. I've had a TV show for over 3 years with Actors Reporter, and I've just interviewed a lot of people. So if you do get an interview by me or any of my influencers, it does work. Ronald will tell you that. Anybody in our EZWay family, and we encourage and invite all you guys to watch live. Go to EZWay.tv and go subscribe. See, I rap too. You see that? But go to EZWay.tv. And on August 30th at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can actually watch all the action and all these people we're talking about. And we have a performance by a Magic Castle magician, and Sheldon Reynolds from Earth, Wind & Fire is performing, and Cheryl Angela, who plays the harp, and all these amazing performers are actually going to be there performing. And then we have the awards, we have the dinner, we have the beautiful gold carpet, and just a real fun experience that we want everybody to get involved in. We're expecting 1,000 people next year. It was 250 this year. It's at a private country club, and we look forward to digitally shaking all of your guys' hands. And thank you so much, Ronald, for having me on as a guest.
Excellent, and thank you too. And everyone, you've been listening to Eric Zuley on the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions Radio Show with Ron Couming of RCS Online Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs achieve even greater success by attracting, converting, and retaining their ideal clients using various internet marketing techniques and methods. After the break, we'll be talking about the unique selling proposition, how you can set yourself apart from the competition so people will hire you and not them.